Hey there, hope you're doing well today. This is an Insta360 X3 camera, and it's how I get awesome shots like these. Today I'm going to take you guys behind the scenes and share my opinion on the X3, how I use it, how I mount it, and a little bit about the editing process. In my opinion, the Insta360 X3 is the best action camera size 360 camera you can buy right now. The footage and angles you can get are amazing, the camera is waterproof, and the mobile editing app is really good. The X3 records in resolutions up to 5.7K and it has HDR capability. The flexibility to capture the full 360 degrees and then be able to reframe to literally any angle while I'm editing the footage is amazing. I mean, you get awesome shots you couldn't get in any other way. The camera really excels mounted out here on the wing, getting scenery shots and shots of the gear coming up and down and the flaps moving. I'm usually able to get about an hour out of a battery, which is really good considering the altitudes that we fly in the PC-12 and how cold it is up there. I really thought the cold would impact the battery a lot more than it does, so I'm really happy with getting a full hour shooting 5.7K, 30 frames per second with HDR. That's really demanding on a camera and a battery. I really love being able to get so many different shots from one camera. I can get the scenery angles and the gear and flaps moving up and down all from one camera. And I would use it in almost every video if I could. Most of my flights are longer than an hour, and since the camera is mounted out here on the wing, and I'm not a wing walker, I can't come out and change the battery or connect it to external power so I could get the whole flight. Insta360 has a really good mobile editing app that makes editing your footage right from your phone really easy, and you don't even have to download the footage off of your camera. You can just connect your phone right to the app and get editing right away. It makes making quick edits very simple, and they have cool features like sky replacement and some things like that. Insta360 is also continuously updating their app and adding new features. One of the latest features, which is really cool, is the ability to do multiple video angles all in one track. They didn't have that capability before, and it really makes their software a lot more powerful. For me, since I'm integrating a bunch of different GoPro angles with the 360, I prefer editing in DaVinci Resolve, which is my main editing software, and using the plugin Carta-VR to reframe the footage inside DaVinci Resolve. It makes it a lot easier for me to sync all the cameras up with all the audio and everything. But if you're looking for quick editing for short clips, the app actually works really good. A side note on DaVinci Resolve, if you're not using it, it's a very powerful program. They have a free version that has almost all of the features, and I highly recommend it. I mount the X3 out here on the left wing using this mount by In-Flight Cam. It's their exterior ball head mount, and it is a very secure way to mount an action camera like the Insta360 X3 out here on the wing. It is FAA compliant. You don't need an STC or special paperwork from the FAA or approval from the FAA. All you need is a logbook signature by a mechanic. And in the box you got the ball head mount, a surface spud, and a couple screws and an Allen key. And this mount has been tested to 350 miles an hour, which is about 304 knots. So it's very secure, and I'm not concerned about the camera falling off with it. This is the spud portion of the mount, and the way you mount it is you find an existing screw. You can use inspection panel screws, although it's not recommended. They recommend you use something with some structure behind it, such as the wingtip mount. It's got some solid structure back here for attaching the wingtip. If you want to use an inspection panel, they do sell a spanner plate that uses multiple of those screws to add strength to it, but with my speeds, I wanted to make sure it was extremely secure, and so I chose the wingtip out here. And what you do is you take one of these screws out, and then you replace it with a longer screw, and that secures the spud on there securely, and that's permanently attached until you take the screw out. So once you've found a suitable location for your spud, then you can attach the ball head whenever you're ready to use your camera. And the ball head just sits right on top of the spud, and use the provided hex Allen wrench to crank down the set screws, and it provides an extremely secure mount. The mount comes default with the standard GoPro 3-finger screw, but the Insta360 already has a mount in it threaded for 1/4 which is a standard camera mount size. So it takes a little bit force the first time because this is secured with Loctite from the factory, but you can unscrew the 3 fingers. And then I added a lock washer for extra security, and then you can thread the camera right onto the mount. And you notice there's a sleeve on the camera right now. Insta360 provides these nice, the cameras come with these nice neoprene sleeves, and it helps keep the lenses from getting scratched. And the ball head allows for a lot of flexibility in how you position your camera. You can turn it pretty much any way, but it doesn't really matter since it's a 360-degree camera and it shoots the full range. So I like to position it the way that would result in the least aerodynamic load on the mount. So I put the corner of it into the wind. You'll also notice that there's a battery door right on the side, and so I always make sure to put that on the back so that it's not right into the driving rain. It is waterproof, but I try to avoid flying through rain or other precipitation just because that's some pretty extreme conditions at that speed. I have had it in rain before, I have had it in some light icing, and I have not had any issues with the camera. Positioning it so that the mic ports are out of the rain as much as possible, and the battery door especially out of the rain, has helped me a lot there, I think. So to wrap it up, I really like my Insta360 X3, and it's been a great addition to the toolbox. I'm able to get footage and angles that I can't get in any other way, and I can't use the GoPros for. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love it if you'd consider subscribing and joining the community here. If you're new to the channel, normally I'm posting videos of me flying this airplane here. It's a Pilatus PC-12, a wonderful airplane, and I love sharing it with you guys. And if you go ahead and subscribe, then you won't miss it when I put out a new one, and I'll catch you on the next one.